Yes, yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, a late edition as well. And simply because Marcus Rashford has agreed to join Barcelona on loan, so it's only right that I do a ManDem United podcast talking about it. I know it's late for I know it's a late one for the heads in the UK, so obviously catch it back afterwards for anyone who's anyone who's an early bird or anyone who's not a night owl like myself. Big up to everyone across the globe, though, because I know you lot will be awake because you always support Sarcasm City TV, whether it's a late night, whether it's early afternoon, early evening, late evening, etc., etc. But please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please, people. Make sure you do both of those things. Also, hit the like button on the video, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after. Hit the like button expeditiously. Share out across all the socials on Twitter/X and on Instagram at yes, it's flawless on both. At yes, it's flawless on both platforms. At Sarcasm City TV on both platforms. Retweet and like on Twitter/X. Share from the Instagram. And just as important, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Roll to 16,000 subscribers. Get your questions in. Keep them Manchester United related as well. And someone who definitely divides opinion. Even his move. I've never seen a player get moved on and half the fan base backing him, saying that critics are being too hard, and then the other half I see saying good riddance, etc., etc. So I'm gonna give my full thoughts on it as well. Big up to my bro Sheik in the chat as well. This will only be a short episode anyway, people, but big up to Sheik. Big up to Sai every single time. Big up King. Big up Canal also. Big up to CP, who's been kind enough to join the membership as well. He's a Sarcasm citizen. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment. So big up to CP. Much appreciated, CP, every single time. Venetia, big up. Great to see you here. Shouts to Venetia every single time as well. Well, let me actually read out the full information. And United did play a friendly today as well. So I didn't watch, but I'll give my thoughts on what I've heard and also what the manager said as well. So this is the Rashford deal. Marcus Rashford to Barcelona. Here we go. Verbal agreement in principle between all parties involved, with Barca planning for medical test next days. Loan deal with buy option. Details being finalized today. Then Manchester United will authorize his travel to Spain. That's from Fabrizio Romano. Is ready for more. Here it is. There is a verbal agreement in principle with all parties involved in the Marcus Rashford deal. Medical is planned for the next few days. The deal is a loan with the option to make it permanent. That's also from Fabrizio Romano as well. Is that everything in regards to? Yeah, that is everything in regards to Rashford and Venetia. Yes, as much as I've criticized Rashford and I want him gone, I think that he will do very well over there. Not only one, because the team he's going to is quality. Barcelona is littered with quality. They're one of the best teams in Europe. Second best team in Europe behind PSG in my eyes. Plenty of quality attackers over there, quality midfielders, and a very, very good manager as well. I watched a lot of La Liga last season. A hell of a lot of La Liga last season. And Barcelona played great football. And the way that, not only the way Barcelona played, the way teams set up, high lines. And with Rashford's athleticism, he'll do just fine over there. The reason why Rashford struggles over here is that as much as he's athletic, so's everybody else, especially fullbacks. When you look at the fullbacks throughout the league, more often than not, most teams have athletic fullbacks or have athletic centre-backs. It's either or both. Same way with DMs as well. Whether you rate the player or not, there's athleticism everywhere. So being super athletic is not going to give you as much as an edge over here as it does in La Liga with all them high lines. That's why you even see Anthony. And Anthony's not the most athletic, but he has skill and has enough athleticism to do the business over there. And I think Barcelona using him as a squad player as well is going to help him massively, because he's not starting. It's going to be Yamal, Lewandowski, and Rafinha. That will be the front three. That won't change, but I can't stress this enough. All the space over there, he's going to score goals. He's going to get assists. And they needed to add to their attacking depth. And I think it is a good deal for them. Would I have preferred Rashford to have gone out for a transfer? Absolutely. But I'm not crashing on this deal. I don't really think it's that bad. What will really sway me in terms of if it's a good deal or a very good deal is the amount that the actual option is to buy. Because you've heard nothing. We've heard nothing. We just know it's an option. Would have preferred the obligation, of course. Definitely would have preferred the obligation. Option is secondary. But I'm hoping the option is like 20. I don't want it to be any more than 25 million. Because I think if it's 40 million, 45 million, 50 million, they don't take him, even if he plays well, and then we end up in this scenario 12 months later. I think if it's 25 million, they'll look at it and go, well, he scored goals, he's played well here. It's only 25 million. All right, boom. We're going to take that deal. So I'm hoping it's 25 mil. I hope it's nothing more than that, 30 at max. Because if he's 40, if he's 50 years, Tamelu says he won't be coming back, don't worry. I think he potentially could. I think if it's 45, 50 million, I don't think he comes back. I think he comes back. I don't think they spend 45, 50 million on him. Genuinely. Even if he performs well there, I don't see that happening. This is why I'm hoping it's 25, 30 million. He performs well and he takes it. Also, 100%. Like Canal said there, best part is Barca paying 100% of his wages. Love that. They were the two things. As soon as I seen a loan, they were the two things that came to mind. One, what percentage of wages are Manchester United paying? Number one, and then number two, what is the option to buy? We know one of them. Love the fact it's 100%. Very, very surprised they've took that deal, to be honest. But I love that. That clears the wages for at least a year for us. Secondly, like I said, option. But this is a good deal. It's a good deal. It's not a very good deal. A very good deal would have just been selling him straight for 25 million or 30 million. That would have been fantastic. But this is as a backup. I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it. Like, I don't understand the crash out. And again, I see people talking about, we've seen players not what Rashford's worth going for 40 million, going for 50 million, going for 60 million. I will continue to state this during the entire summer transfer window. When Manchester United are selling players, in particular players who we know, who everybody knows, number one, want to leave, and number two, we want to sell, we are the B side of negotiation. Let me clarify this, people. We are the B side of any negotiation when it comes to selling players. Where you are, the A side is selling if you have a player who, let's say, all right, he's not unhappy, but there's no fallout. Like, he's been in the team, there's no fallout, he's performed well, etc. And the club want to keep him. The club want to sell the player wants to leave. That automatically downgrades his price. There's no scenario where this happens and you get top dollar for the player. No scenario. Someone name me a scenario this happens? Where the club actively want to sell a player, the player actively wants to leave, and you get big money for him. Like, people will point to Madueke or Alanga. They seem to be the main two. Nottingham Forest were negotiating from a position of power. They didn't have to sell Alanga. There was no talk of Alanga leaving either, so both parties are happy there. But they got a fee. Same with Chelsea and Madueke. If I would have said at the start of this window that Madueke will be sold for 55 million, you all would have looked at me like I was crazy. Someone said that in the comment section, myself included, would have looked at that person as if they're crazy. Well, guess what? Chelsea were negotiating from a position of power with Arsenal. Same way this big deal that Liverpool have just done for Ekitike, 90 million euros, they're saying. So that's like 78 million pounds. Frankfurt are negotiating from a position of power. Therefore, they can get top dollar for him. So that's what that is. So yeah, I love the fact they're paying 100% of his wages. Would have preferred the money, but good deal overall. Good deal overall. Can see Flick improving Rashford like he did with Rafinha. I think he'll do well there. Big up to Omar B for the raid as well. Appreciate it, Omar. Blessings. Large up Omar for the raid. Everyone who's joined over. This is a ManDem United podcast, so run up the likes, people. Run up the likes. How many likes are we on? I'm just checking right now. Like check 1212. We're only at 25. Let's double that. Need to double that. Let's get up to 50 likes and hit that subscribe button as well. I'm just refreshing to see the subscriber check as well. See, Omar's cool with the deal as well. Yeah, his entire, like Us says here, his entire wages now off the books were moving up. I'm with it. See, Venetia, I'm pleased with the deal too. I am pleased with the deal. But now we need to get money for the rest of him. That's what I'd say. Really surprised they're paying his entire wages, to be honest, but it's a level up for him. Happy for Marcus, for real. I'm genuinely happy for him. I think when people hear myself or others criticize players like there's some genuine dislike. No, I just don't rate him here. I wish Marcus Rashford nothing but the best. He is black, mank, born and bred. I am rooting for him more than anybody else to be successful. I just don't think he's good enough to be successful here. I think Barcelona, the way they play, like I mentioned in the league, suits him down to a T. If he has a good season there, he'll probably get back in the England squad and go to the World Cup. And then hopefully he gets his dream move to Barcelona. Would love that for him. For real, would love that for him. How much is Rashford really worth? I'm okay with the loan deal, preferred the money. Me? I'd say like 30 million is a fair price for him, to be honest. I think 30 million is... What did he do at Villa numbers-wise, actually? Because I think at a top team, he's a squad player. Like at Barcelona, I don't think he's a starter for a top team. But I think he can be a part of a squad for a top team, absolutely. Absolutely. What did he play? Let me see. Need to actually check. I don't know what numbers he put up. Because Rashford's biggest issue is consistency. So he got 2 and 10 for them. But he did play well there. It was a successful loan stint. No, I tell her, like, yeah, he got 2 and 10. Pardon me. So I'm with it. I'm fully with it. What if they don't buy him? Where do you believe he'll end up? It's so, you know what, Venetia, it depends on how he does over there. Because let's say if he does well over there, I could see another Spanish team looking at him. Wages is a problem and we'll have to pay him off. Wages is a problem if that's the case. But I can definitely see another Spanish team going, hey, he did well over here. Let's go and get him. Not necessarily a Barca or Real Madrid. Maybe an Atletico. Maybe an Atletico. I don't know who else is like lingering around their European spots because I don't know the rest of La Liga like that. But any team who's like from 5th to like 8th in that bracket, maybe. Maybe. Canal says, I heard around 35 million euros for the option. I'm with that. Is that like 20 million pounds? Oh, that's 30 million? Yeah, that's about right. I think that's about right. 35 million pounds, 35 million euros, 30 million pounds. I think they take that. Because like I said, if it's 40, 45, 50, I don't think they do the deal. I just don't see them spending that on a squad player. Genuinely. Nah. I don't. I really, really don't. Keep all the questions Manchester United related, please, people. ManDem United podcast. So keep all questions Manchester United related. Want to make sure I get to your questions. Super chat, people. Let's see. Well, someone mentioned something about Amorim being sacked. Mel says only if Amorim is sacked, he comes back. Mel, do you think that there's a chance Amorim will be here 2020? I'll be gobsmacked if that manager's still in. My water, absolutely gobsmacked. I'm not going to do the shave my hair off because this took time to grow. You know what I'm saying? This took half a decade to grow. My hair don't grow like that. But I would be absolutely astonished if the manager is still here. The start. I don't expect him to make it to like the start of 2026. Never mind the start of the season 2026. I don't think he makes it to the 1st of January 2026. If he's here by my birthday, which is the 3rd of Jan, absolutely astonished. Big up Godfrey as well. Shout out to Godfrey. Shout out to Godfrey. Big up comment as well. Let's see what else you lot are saying also. It's a couple good questions. Striker options in this window look short for United in my opinion, but any striker you want to see in Man United float. I've said this, go get Mattel. And this is why I like the Cunha deal so much, why I like the Embuemo deal so much, why I like the idea of Emi Martinez. Someone asked me about left wing back. Go get Aston Pinion, who we've been linked to. Go and get the best of the rest in the Premier League. It's a tried and trusted method that has worked for us for years. It's worked for years. This is why I don't hear this bias of mid-table, or why are you buying from mid-table clubs? Like some of our greatest legends and most successful players ever in the Premier League era have come from mid-table clubs or sides battling relegation. It's a tried and trusted method. It's not a sure thing, but it's very close. People like to do the whole league thing, which is lazy. When people say, oh, well, most players who, I think, what was it? People talking about the Bundesliga tax. No, you just go there and buy the worst players. Blame your team, your manager, your scouts, and your recruitment stuff. But if you look at it, the return, Manchester United, normally when we buy players from within the Premier League, the best of the rest, they work out. Only two I can think of is, someone mentioned it yesterday, Alexis Sanchez was one. And he was he was the best of the rest. Alexis Sanchez and Schneiderlin. They're the only two I can think of who we bought from within the Premier League who was performing well. Someone can name me some more. Two. That's it. Every time we bought a player from within the Premier League, he has been successful to some extent. He's either paid his transfer fee value or more. And like I said, we could probably make an 11. This is how good they've been. We could make an 11 based off of it. That's how good it's been. If we go back to 92 all the way through, we could base our whole 11 of the players we brought in. 110%. Goalkeeper Van der Sar, for example, who was bought from Fulham. Dennis Irwin, I think, was Oldham, but he was bought from within the Premier League. Trying to think what centre-backs. Bruce and Pallister, I believe, were both bought from within the Premier League. Right back, Paul Parker, but I'd have to check. Midfield, you got Keane, you got Ince. I'm trying to think midfielders. Left midfielder, Lee Sharp. I'm going back a few. Right midfielder. Can't think of one off the top of my head, but it will hit me. Strikers, the list goes on. You got Cole, you got York, you got Sheringham, you got Saha. That's 4. Midfield, you can add Carrick in there if you don't want Keane or Ince. Every time we've done it, it's worked out. I just can't think of a right midfielder off the top of my head. But I'm sure there's one. I'm pretty sure there's one. So, like, the list goes on. Yeah, Cantona, Chin, Lucy. I forgot about players. Look at that 11 I just listed. Van Persie. What are we doing? We got Maguire. The reason why I don't include the likes of Maguire and Mount, they were never the best of the rest. That's why. Mount was never the best of the rest. I called that one. Maguire was never the best of the rest. There we go, Zaka. Thank you. Antonio Valencia. There we go. That's it. That's it. Like, it works. It works. Wan-Bissaka again was another one. Wan-Bissaka was never the best of the rest. Look at the names I'm mentioning. You know what I'm saying? Look at the names where we were mentioning. Mount, Maguire were obviously better. Wan-Bissaka wasn't. I'm saying go and get none of them were outstanding this season before but he never had might have had good seasons, yes. Never outstanding. Never outstanding. Never like, whoa, go and get such and such. Never. Wan-Bissaka, Mount, Maguire were never these things. Wan-Bissaka, yeah, we knew defensively was very, very sound, and we going back our own. And Ticheyu says, told you we were getting Embremo, bro, just patience. I was fully on I said the same thing. I knew we was getting Embremo. That's why I wasn't worried about it. I was going to say, but yeah, like, that's the main aim to do. Like, go and get the best of the rest. Go get the best of the rest. Going for Prem Proven also shows your lack of talent ID outside the Prem. So, yeah, it's safe going for a Prem Proven. Less likely to fail. But like I said, Maguire and Wan-Bissaka were never outstanding. We going back our own, yeah, but they were never outstanding. And Prem Proven is, like I said, it's the way forward. We've done it previously. Do it again. Like I said, look at all the strikers we signed. Like, it doesn't mean you can't go get an Ollie, or you can't go get a Chicharito, or you can't go and get, I'm trying to think of other strikers who were outside the Premier League who were super successful here, but that's just 2. I mean, you can't go get a Brian McClare, even though he was in Scotland, but it's not England. You can find others, don't mean you can't go get a Yap Stam, or you can't go get a Vidic, or you can't go and get an Evra, or you can't go get a Cristiano Ronaldo. Shit, I forgot about Tevez. He was West Ham. And we all knew Tevez was levels anyway. We all knew his skill. You can go. It don't mean you can't go get a Blomqvist. Like, the list goes on and on. Doesn't mean you can't go get a Hargreaves. It's just that injuries wrecked him. Right? That's the goal prem proven. Even when we're at even if Manchester United were winning Premier League, but I'd want us to go that route. Like, I'd want us to go that route, 110% go that route. Like, I think occasionally if a player pops up, like you get Cristiano Ronaldo, for example, yeah, go and get him. Makes sense if an option outside of the Premier League. But I'm saying the main targets and the focus should be from within the Prem. And the best, none of this Mount stuff. What are we talking about here? None of this Maguire stuff, the actual Embremos and Cunhas. Emi Martinez, Eston Pin, them type of players. Believer. I'm not saying we sign them all. I'm just throwing out names, Mattel, because of where we're at right now. I mentioned Visa, Eze. I'm not saying we get all these, we need all these, but I'm throwing out that type of player. That's who we mean. That's why I'm over the moon about the Cunha and Embremo deals. Over the moon about it. Thoughts on Visa? Would you have done a double raid? We can always go back. But would you have done a double raid? Why not? I hear it. It's just the fee that they'd want, because he's going to be 29 in September. How long's he got left on his deal? I think he's got 1 year left on his deal. But they gonna charge us a lot. I don't think we could get him for a good deal. Yeah, so his contract expires in 2026, but he's got option to extend. So he's got 2 years left, basically. And I don't think he's worth what they would ask for. They would ask for a lot. They'd probably ask, not for Embremo money, but similar like 65, which I don't think he's worth. I don't think he's worth. Let's see. What are you lot saying as well? What did you take Sesko or United have been scouting him for a minute? With Sesko, I ain't watched him like that, Jerome, so I can't comment. His profile don't fit, and everyone seems to be against it. I've not heard anybody, bar a few Arsenal fans, say, yeah, bring me Sesko. Like when he was heavily linked to Arsenal fans were against it. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And I've only watched him, I think, did I watch him in the Euros? What tournament? Was it the Euros? Yeah, he played in the Euros. Was it a World Cup? I believe it was the Euros. I watched him in the Euros. And I thought, yeah, he's okay. But again, it's unfair to judge players off that. So with Sesko, I'm not really too sure. I just know his profile don't fit what we've got going on. I say that much. Yep, I remember when City got the money and they bought Prem Proven, it's always worked for teams to get to the top. Go that way. Definitely go that way. Without doubt. Without doubt. Let's see. Was it the Euros? Okay. I knew it was a tournament anyway. I knew it was a tournament. I knew it was. Yeah, I wanted at least say at the time. And let's get to this manager and some just trying to test man's patience. For real. So Ruben Amorim said this. We have a lack of pace, especially in the middle of the park. You can feel it. I was hoping this wasn't true when I seen this. Ruben Amorim, after one match, one preseason game, has said we have a lack of pace, especially in the middle of the park. You can feel it. I feel like you just taking a piss, mate. That's what I feel. I feel you are deliberately taking a piss because you're not this stupid. So I can only elaborate that you are really just trying to troll on a worldwide scale. Because to say this comment is absolutely ridiculous when what happened with Bruno happened with Bruno. Of course, there's a lack of pace in the middle of the park. You knew it. I knew it. Anyone with two eyes and a brain that's watched Manchester United for any significant amount of time has known this. But you chose to keep Bruno Fernandes, who, guess what, has a lack of pace in the middle of the park because he has zero athleticism. When it comes to physical attributes, he has stamina, and that is it. You chose to keep him. Because if you would have sold him and got the 100+ million, you could have signed 2 midfielders who, guess what, had pace into the middle of the park. So you saying you can feel it, I feel you are just having a laugh. I feel you are. How can you make this type of decision and then say it is game one? The fact that you think this is bad enough, but to say it is absolutely batshit crazy. And people back this manager. And people back the people who kept this manager in charge. You had the chance to address this. And even if we do address it, we're only half addressing it because you chose to keep Bruno, who, guess what, lacks pace. You know it. I know it. We all know it. You need to have athleticism in the middle of the park in abundance, in particular in the Premier League. And we have none. And you chose to keep this guy. And what makes it worse is he ain't even all that from a technical standpoint. I'll sacrifice athleticism, or actually I'll be understanding of a sacrifice of athleticism and physical attributes if the technical floor is high, if the technical ceiling, I should say, is high. If we technically code and ball out, imagine like Vitinha, Ruiz, and Neves, but with like no physical attributes, but the technical level is still high. So physically, no, like the acceleration ain't there, pace ain't there, strength ain't there, agility and balance ain't there. All these things ain't there. I'd hear it if then the first touch was there, being press resistant was there, even though that ties into physicality, but press resistant was there, passing short range or long range was there, weight of passes there, being able to carry the ball was there, long range passing, short range passing was there. I go, all right. But you kept this man to play him out of position and then say preseason, game fucking 1 of preseason, and you say we have a lack of pace, especially in the middle of the park, and this could have been addressed. Right. You wanted to die on this hill, die with it. I want to hear nothing else from you. You wanted to die next to this man. This is your lieutenant. You can lose the war and die in the field with him. Absolute travesty. This comment, disgusting. Because it's preseason game 1. Okay. Fucking joke. Absolute just a joke. This is abysmal. It is absolutely abysmal. Love Twist Just Me says the young rumors again. He's got a new agent. Is the young rumors for real? Mad thing. Yo, manager just done foolishness already. And I seen something else. Warrior J hasn't put it in the chat, but something about him saying about we're going to struggle or something like that. But I thought the good times was here. I thought all he needed was training and some new players, and Manchester United were going to be so much better. When are people going to realize, where to Saeed, that the curtain is well and truly on the wall? The curtain is on the wall, people. It's a question of when this manager gets sacked, not if. Does Embremo help? Massively, yes. Does Cunha help massively? Yes. Even if you bring in more players, does it help massively? Yes. But we are back to the Oli era, where we are relying on the individual brilliance of said players out there. This is why I've been saying just bring in talent. Forget profiles and who works well with who. Bring in talent. This is why I said, hey, bring in Osimhen. Is Osimhen the best profile for Embremo and Cunha? No. But there are 3 players who are good enough to figure it out between the 3 of them. Because Xerxes actually fits with those 2 perfectly, but he ain't going to play him. He's going to play Højlund ahead of him like he did last season. So therefore, go get a striker for a good amount of money. So then it forces his hand to then not play Højlund. Because he's still idiotic enough to play Rasmus Højlund. Because he continued to play him, even though he was stinking out the gym and was performing poorly for so long. And this is a manager that you lot backed. And this is a manager that was backed, and you lot backed the people who backed this manager. Kind of nonsense. All right. Yeah, when people asked me yesterday when I was doing the show, I did the ManDem United show, yesterday, people like, you doing the Leeds game? No, I don't do preseason anyway. Steve asked me this earlier because I was talking to him. He's like, when United were better, did you watch preseason? No, I have zero interest in preseason. And this just gives me even more reason to not watch it. Why am I watching preseason? I got to watch this crap from a competitive standpoint throughout the Premier League, the League Cup when it starts, and the FA Cup when it starts, and hear this manager talk nonsense talking about we lack pace all over the pitch, especially in midfield. So why not replace the midfielders then if it's that much of an issue? Revamp and rebuild and have a whole new midfield, because there is no pace. When you have Bruno, Cass, Agate, classes Maino as a midfielder for what he's reason, and Collier, there is no pace. Bear in mind, Bruno is not a central midfielder. Maino is not a central midfielder. These were all things you knew from day dot. These are all things you knew leading into this summer window. These are all things you knew during the window. This is something you knew before the game against Leeds, and then you say this after. Are they going to throw another season? Yes, Chatspot. Yes, they are. They are. He's actually added no changes to his strategy since that Europa final. It's not a surprise, not a shock whatsoever. Probably watch it when people were like it was more of the same. It was only Cunha and Diego Leon. So why was it going to be vastly different? Because of training, people put way too much emphasis and put too much credit on training. Way too much. Idiotic, man. That's what it is. Absolute just foolishness. So yeah. What's the say? I say this for United fans. What's the saving grace for us? Or what can be saving is bringing in better players. He's going to get sacked eventually, yes. But Embremo and Cunha are two massive steps in the right direction. They have absolutely elevated our attack from the pits of hell. Even if you think, let's say you think they're C-level players, our attack is now C-level. A, B, C, etc. The rest of the alphabet, it was the Y and Z last season. So to go from having two players in our attack who went 00-20, went 20 league games without a goal, to now bringing a Cunha and bringing an Embremo, that is an absolutely monumental improvement. Now, if you get a striker, that's when it's like, all right, serious. We get a striker, we are literally a good striker away from me going, hey, this attack going to absolutely kill a couple teams. We're going to put a couple teams to the sword if we get the right attacker. You know what I'm saying? Like players who can create for themselves, create for others, pace, power, strength, guile, creativity, ability to dribble, ability to run with the ball, ability to run without the ball. If we get the right striker, putting teams to the sword. And then adding on top of that as well, and we have been linked with Eston Pinion, that left wing back massively helps. It wasn't the area I was looking at because I said go improve the spine of the team. That's my main aim, spine of the team. Outside of the centre backs, we needed to replace everybody. They've got 2 10s, bravo. Strikers next on the list, bravo, great. However, we still decided to keep this Bruno, so we're going to have a lack of pace in the middle of the park. Go get a central midfielder that helps with that. Go get a mobile controller. Someone who's kind of mobile but can control a game. Someone who could at least shift. Has that acceleration in the middle of the park. A little bit of that dog in him, that bite. Like how Vitina does, like João Neves does, that type of player. That's what we need. Someone who's technically sound in there and does that. But if they're defensively not good, it's all well and good. I'll accept that because we messed up, by keeping the man that this manager and the board decided not to sell. And on top of that, goalkeepers needed. We got a goalkeeper, a central midfielder, and a striker. We are 3 players away from being decent. We're 3 players away from being actually a good outfit, in my opinion, on paper. But literally 3 players. That's not a lot of players. We are 3 starters away. Striker being one of them, goalkeeper being another, and central midfielder. And I go, all right, want to something. Yeah, a competent goalkeeper, the defense is all right. We got enough quality centre backs. We're good enough. Wing backs, cool. midfielder with an actual quality midfielder in there, cool. 210 speak for themselves. The striker speaks for itself. And this is it. What I don't get is Ruben doesn't want to change his system. So surely he understands that a specific profile will work in certain positions. You kept someone who isn't that of that profile, but now this. Who's this? Apparently the buyout clause is 35 million euros, which is 30 million pounds for Rashford. Hey, I'm with that. I'm with that. Cool. Pardon me. Big up to, did someone else raid? Big up to everyone that's locked in. But we're over 75 of you lot in the building. How many likes are we on? Continue to get your questions in as well. We are only at 45 likes. 5 more likes. Girls up to 50 likes, people. Hit that subscribe button as well. We are too short of 15,315. There's over 75 of you lot in here. I'm only asking for 2 subscribers. If you're clearly here, enjoying the content, Sarcasm City TV, YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button, people. Make sure you do both of those things. Make sure you do so. What's this? All right. Let's see what's what. Big up Jerome as well. I say I didn't watch the game today, so I even fussed about that. Let's see. Would I take Belieber? Of course. Yes. Definitely would take Belieber. Heaton did well in goal. Just keep him as the number 1, even though he's 40. I'd rather Belieber than Onana. I mean, not Belieber. I'd rather Heaton than Onana. I'll tell you that. Do you think we'll get in a new goalkeeper soon? No. I actually genuinely think we won't get a new goalkeeper because it doesn't seem to be high on the priority list, which is crazy. It was crazy in the first place, and even with Onana being injured, that it doesn't seem to be high on the priority list. Never seen so much foolishness in my entire life. Absolute, just pure, just foolishness. Pure foolishness. Flawless, you called it very early about Maino. Again, evident today, manager doesn't trust him, kept going at him during water breaks. Yeah, he's not his type of player. Maino and Xerxes are not, he likes energetic players. Whether players are productive or not, he wants players who run around high stamina. That's why he likes Bruno. That's why he likes Mount. Why he likes Garnacho. Why he likes Højlund. That's why he continues to play. Those 4 played all the time. Below the same 5. He likes high stamina players. You run around and are energetic and are busy and high stamina. That's why Dalot plays all the time. Why Bruno plays all the time. Why Mount plays all the time. Why Højlund plays all the time. Yeah, he fell out with Garnacho, but if you didn't rate him that much, you wouldn't have played him the entire season. Garnacho played all the time too. Xerxes and Maino's are the complete opposite of that. You don't like them type of players. Like he don't like them type of players. So why I says, if he cares about him, it's a good sign. If we're ignoring him, it'd be a problem. I don't think he's I don't think he don't care about him. He just don't rate him. Like he's not his type of player. Hence why he didn't play him. Our attack stunk the entire time the manager was here. And he refused to play Maino. Did Maino start 3 games in a row under Amorim in the Premier League, people? Did Maino start? Genuine question to the chat and to haha here in the chat. Did Maino start 3 games in a row? But yet you started Højlund 20 times in a row. You started Garnacho 20 times in a row. But didn't start Maino 3 times in a row. What does that tell you? And these men were terrible. 20 games without a goal, both of these 2 players went. And Maino still couldn't get a look in because he don't rate them. Same with Xerxes. Xerxes probably played a couple games in a row. Did Xerxes start 3 games in a row, people? Premier League games. Don't run me FA Cup and stuff like that. Did Xerxes start 3 Premier League games in a row? Like, genuine question. Nah, Maino just got to wait for this manager to get sacked, which will happen. It will happen. You're defeated, Flawless. Because my club's defeated. I ain't defeated. My club's defeated. I don't sugarcoat it. I look at Manchester United for what it is and not what I want it to be. I haven't given my, well, I have, but when I've just been speaking there for the past 5 minutes, I've not given my opinion on anything. I've just give you like what it is. I've stated what's going on. Like the manager not rating Mano, for example. Like I've give you the reason, even though that's an opinion, I've give you the facts of the matter to back that up. Like I've stated, he was the one who didn't start Mano 3 games in a row. That's a fact. Same with Xerxes. He was the one who kept Bruno. That's a fact. He was the one that said he lacks pace. We lack pace in the midfield. Telling you, big up DJ. What are you saying, man? Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Like it's crazy. It's mad. This is why I wanted to coach Thomas Frank or Glasner. United's problem over there is United have hired managers or coaches that need their Pacific players in every position. I hear it. Imagine a competent coach playing Xerxes as the 9, being the facilitator with Cunha and Bremo as shooters. Then you could have prioritized the midfield and Bruno would have probably been sold. Common sense. The thing is, even with this, I would still go get a striker. Because I wouldn't just want to rely on Xerxes the entire season. I'd have Xerxes and I'd go get Mattel. And I'd have those two. 2 players for every position. I'm looking to improve my first. Let Xerxes and Mattel play. Because Xerxes is capable of playing as a 10 anyway. And then you got Mano who can play in the 10. You got Xerxes. You got Mano and Xerxes off the bench if you go get a striker. That's good attackers to have. Ahmad can play in the 10 too. But that's free. Forget the rest. I don't think I'm remembering anyone. You saw Bruno and that solves the midfield issue in itself. And then if you saw the rest of the players, you got extra money, you can get your goalkeeper and go get a left wing back. But hey, what do I know? Back in the footballing structure, all this bullshit. Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. With how bad the season was, could have easily given him a run a few games. That's it, DJ. See, I've been saying this. Play different players. That's why I was saying play Cheeto. It's the worst that can happen. He goes 5 games in a row without a goal. Well, Hoyland went 20, so what's the difference? Sure, there was a youngster who plays Xerxes. It's the worst that happens. You can go 20 games in a row without a goal. Well, Garnacho did that. Playing Bruno in the pivot. It's not working. But I said this. Bruno's a final third player. Put him in the 9. Play Kone in midfield. See how it goes. It might work. Same way when we played Heaven at centre-back, it worked. We played Aiden Heaven at centre-back and it worked. To the point where if he's in the squad now, we go, yeah, Fez. You're the backup left-sided centre-back in my opinion. I'm happy to sell Martinez. More so because Aiden Heaven's there. But Euro is the first choice. Heaven is the second choice. Then you got Delita Maz. You've got who else? Fredrickson. Trying to think. Forget Maguire. Even the low can do a job right-sided centre-back. I actually don't mind him from a defensive standpoint. That's the point. I just mentioned there. Euro, Delit, Maz, Heaven, Fredrickson. I think I'm missing the centre-back. Lindelof's gone, like I said, forget Maguire. Dalot. So, all right, cool. You're good for a season. I'm cool with that. But, hey. Nah, Cheeto wouldn't have lost. Nah. What did he get called out for? What happened? What happened? Like, what happened with Cheeto that I missed? And the DJ who said it's going to be disgusting watching, see us trotting Rasmus out there multiple games again this year. This is why it's so important we get a striker. You were talking about, no, we don't need a striker. Yes, we do. We need a striker. And the reason we need a striker is so this manager does not play Hoyland. We need to Hoyland-proof the squad. We need to bad player-proof the squad. So therefore, bring in as much talent as possible so it limits the manager's options at picking bad players. Because he's still going to play bad players. He's still going to play Maguire. Still going to play Shaw. Still going to play Bruno in central midfield. Still going to play Mount. Still going to play Hoyland. Limit that. Bring in players. Limit that. Limit it. In regards, because I see you lot in the chat talking about Cunha called him out for taking a shot. He was grilling him too. That's everyday football. That's nothing to worry about. That happens. I seen the clip. It surfaced up. Did I see it like last week? And you don't remember it was during lockdown when Rashford went back at Maguire when he called him a knobhead. For those that remember that. That happens. Senior players will do that to each other. I'm sure the vast majority of you like in the chat right now, or anyone who's watching this back after, has played football and I've shouted at people at football. People have shouted at me. It happens. It's football. You don't hear us play clubs. I will shout at people on clubs. People will shout at me on clubs. It happens. Especially when you're playing competitively. Don't watch that. I don't really look at that. I really, really don't worry about that. I really, really don't. King says, I'm telling you right now, Flawless, if Barada and Wilcox don't bring in 4 more signings, striker, goalkeeper, 2 central midfielders, then Ratcliffe needs to sack them both. Whoa. That's crazy. Faz? Yes, Eddie, what are you saying, man? What are you saying, Eddie? What's good, man? Hope you're blessed. I said Eddie 1, Marcus 0, yo. Let me know if you want the link, Eddie. I didn't know if you was about. I'll send you the link. Same to you, Sheik, if you're still here. Let me know. What are you telling me? Let me know, fam. What's happening? I said Eddie 1, Max Bumford 0. IDG says 4 signings in 6 weeks. Just run me 3. I just need 3. If we get 3, I'll go. You know what? Very good window. Obviously, the quality of the player matters, but yeah, it's fine. Go get goalkeeper, central midfielder, striker. I'll go. I'm happy. All good, Eddie. I'm going to close out shortly, but we on tomorrow anyway. I'll go. I'm happy. That's it. I've been saying this. 210s is great. I think Mbeumo and Cunha together, phenomenal. Those 2 together, that's a phenomenal improvement on what we have. Because they're 2 good players separately, but together they're 2 very, very good foils for each other. And if anyone would have said by the 17th of July we would have signed Cunha and Mbeumo at the day after we beat Villa on the last day of the season, most of us would have been like, nah. Most of us would have been like, myself included, I didn't see this happening. Mbeumo rejected Arsenal, Newcastle, and Spurs twice for us. I didn't see the Mbeumo deal and Cunha deals happening. One, I didn't think we'd be that smart to go for them both. That's the main thing. I think we'd be that smart because they're 2 of the better attackers in the Premier League. Who don't they improve? Who don't they improve and who don't they start for? If they don't start for him, they go off the bench. Cunha starts for every other team in the Premier League, in my opinion. Whether it's in the 10 as a left winger or both. And Mbeumo, no, because you got the likes of Salah. But for instance, at Arsenal, he starts on that left wing. He's better than Martinelli and he's better than Madueke, even though he don't play left wing. No, he's better than them 2. Ask an Arsenal fan who they'd rather have on their as their left winger. Martinelli, Madueke, or Mbeumo. It's a no-brainer. What are we talking about here? Same with Mbeumo if he went Chelsea. He's not a left winger, but he's better than any left winger they have. Cunha's better than any left winger they have. Because it's Manchester United, people want to downplay it. City, both of them better than any left winger out there. What are we doing? Yeah, Godfrey, you're taking for, yeah. Good joke, man. Good joke. Who else? I'm trying to think of other teams. Villa the same. Villa just had Rashford running around out. Cunha's better than Rashford and Mbeumo's better than Rashford. This goes on. I don't even know who's Villa's right winger. But the point I'm making is it's 2 very, very good signings. That's the point I'm making. Yeah, Godfrey, that's why you laughing. You can't trick me, man. You can't trick me. Strange why Amorim 3-4-3 not cooking, but other managers can. Player issue, probably. Yes, I agree, Chills. It is player issue. Problem is the player he's picking. That's why I don't complain about the system or the formation. I don't complain about either of them. My issue is the way that we deploy it, including which is part of the players. The way we play the system is the problem, because other teams play a back three and it's no problem. Brighton play a back three, it's no problem. See Newcastle play a back three and it's no problem. See Brentford play a back three and it's no problem. Why is it a problem for us? One, because of the players, yes, and two, because of the way we play it. So switch it up and switch the personnel. You hear the manager talk about the lack of pace, in particular in the middle of the park. Well, sell players and bring in the players who will add to the pace of the football team. Outrageous, yeah. How fucking outrageous. United still has the aura that draws players in. Do you think this generation or the next generation of football is the last one that'll pick United over others like Newcastle? It's tough because there's no way to gauge when a team quote unquote loses their aura. Because even when Liverpool was successful over such a long period of were unsuccessful over a long period of time, they were still able to attract players. They might have picked some of the wrong players, but big players with big profiles still went to Liverpool during that period of time. So it's tough to say. But when you lose it, it's very, very tough to say. So I can't really say, oh, in 5 years or in 10 years or 50. Obviously, the more you remain to be unsuccessful, the tougher it gets. But Manchester United has still got pull. I think you'll always have a level of pull when you pay big money. You'll always have that when you pay big money. When you have the ability to put players on the best weekly wage they've ever been on, it's going. So the money would have to dry up completely. And it don't necessarily mean 300, 350K a week. Like what's Mbemo one? That's the most he's ever made. What's Hakunya on? That would be the most he's ever made. Just using those two examples, if we do get Emi Martinez, probably the most he's ever been on. Same way if we were to sign a Mateta, for example. And this goes on. This goes on. What's this? You can say that Flawless, but Palace and Wolves play a back three and they're significantly better than us because they don't man-to-man press and leave gaps in the midfield. Yeah, you're proving my point, IDK. I literally said the way we deploy the system, who we play, and how we play is the problem with the system and the formation. You don't have to go man-to-man. That's the whole point I was making. The show is, not the show. So that's why I don't think the system is the problem. Any system and any formation can work. Any system, any formation can work. You just have to get it correct. Like, you have to get it correct with personnel and how you deploy the system. That's the difference. Kind of love you. Is he still playing? Big up to Kyle, says big up Flawless, my bro, best show in the fucking world. Big up, man. Appreciate it. I say kind of love you, Flawless, would you keep Jadon Sancho? No. Sancho's, that relationship has more than broken down. That bridge is well and truly burnt, and Sancho lit the match and lit the fire from one side of the bridge, and the club did it from the other. I wouldn't keep Jadon Sancho. Is Jadon Sancho talented? Yes. Am I a fan of Jadon Sancho? Yes. Do I wish anything bad upon Jadon Sancho? No. Do I want the absolute best for him and to him to be successful? Yes. I just don't think it's here. Let's keep it stepping. Move him on. I was saying this 3 seasons ago now about selling Jadon Sancho. He's one of them players you, especially in the Premier League, where because he's not the most athletic, you have to tailor the system to him. Also, I think he's better centrally as well. I don't think he's a wide player in the Premier League. I don't think. Where it's more kick and run, running past players, etc., etc. But if he goes elsewhere, like we've seen, he's done well. He did well at Chelsea to an extent. He's done well at Dortmund twice. I think if he goes Serie A, he'll do fine. I think if he goes La Liga, he'll do fine. That's what I'd say. Look at this Eddie guy, yo. Says there's only one man welcome back and Flawless knows who it is. You're a joke, man, for true. You're a joke, man, for true. Yo, this fucking guy, yo. This guy. You're Egypt. You're Egypt, man. Stupidness. Man said there's only, yo, you really are a fool. For those that don't know, Eddie's a big fan of Anthony, by the way. For those that maybe are new here, You catch Eddie on these shows, the ManDem United on a weekly basis. Do you worry about playing out from the back and progressing? Lucha is key. Yes, but not because of our centre backs. Our issue playing out from the back is we don't have the midfielders to do it. That's the problem. The midfielders are the problem. That's the issue. You give us two competent midfielders that playing out from the back thing is fine. I don't mind. None of our centre backs outside of Maguire, I would say, are in particularly bad on the ball. That's what I'd say. I don't think so. That's what I'd say. So yeah, is Lissandro good at progressing the ball? Yeah, but our midfield's the main issue when it comes to that. They got Mies in there. Like it's like having two Mies in our midfield. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. Can't play out from the like not press resistant, can't progress the ball under pressure, cone in defense. That's me in a nutshell. I play central midfield. I've been there, 11 aside, fullback or centre back on the ball. Play that shit long. If I'm coming towards the ball and there's a player tracking me, I am not going to spin him. That's our midfielders. They can't play on the half turn. Maino can too, and Maino can, yes, he's the only one. Cast, that's not his game. Agate, forget about it. Bruno, forget about it. Collier actually seems like that's not his game like that, but Collier is actually decent. It's Cones, man. Like, who are our centre backs passing the ball to? Passing the ball to Agate and Bruno or Cass and Bruno. It's not their game. Trying to be intricate, you know what I'm saying? Just on the edge of your own box or in the fullback areas or in your defensive fit. Give me a break, man. You know what I'm saying? Give me a break. Yeah, exactly. With Maino there. Maino. The manager is not going to play Maino. So that in there lies the problem. Maino ain't a central midfielder, but the manager's not going to play Maino. Like it's, yeah. Mob Boss says, flawless, why is it Manchester United fans don't fight a lot? Us Arsenal fans are at each other's necks. Are you just not looking hard enough? Our fans fight all the time. Maybe not so much here when there's arguments here, but I know what you're talking about, like full-on shouting matches. Now, that's if you look in the content creator space and you look on socials, you'll find it. Because you're an Arsenal fan, you're just not following it as you would Arsenal, it seems. If you were following it like that, ask Manchester United fans, they'll tell you. The United fans are on each other's cases. See? Musa, and they're all my guys. Musa Noureddin versus Saeed, that type of stuff. When I'm over there, I get into it at times. Me and Musa have had back and forths. Me and Saeed. Me and Noureddin are actually on the same page with most things. So that's it. Big up, nephew. What are you saying? It's just, yeah, playing out from the back. We don't have midfield to pass the ball to. That midfield just lacks pretty much everything. Would you say you're underdogs against Arsenal at OT? Yeah, because Arsenal are a bad team. Absolutely. What were they on? Musa and Noureddin were on Saeed today. About what? What was it about? What was it about? Why were they on his case? I want to know. Why were they on his case? Because what was it? I know it was Rashford, I'm guessing. This is just me guessing. Was it Rashford? Or was it? Was it Rashford? I'll be real, the manager don't like central progression anyway. I don't know what this manager's trying to do. I don't know. He's just out here trying to piss me off at this point. What about Rashford? What were they arguing about in particular with Rashford, though? What was the problem? And I'm guessing Saeed was saying play youth players and Noureddin and Musa were opposed. Is that what it was? I genuinely want to know. What was it? Player development for who? Now, what was it? Oh, because Musa's a fan of Rashford and you're saying we should have kept him. No chills. Martinez and DM, absolutely not. No. He provides the same problem. He can't play on the half turn and lacks physicality. And don't have a technical just is. Saeed was sorry about Rashford going Barca, so I can't lie. Noureddin and Musa were bigger than Rashford heavy in player development. Fast. Okay. Yes. I'll have to check it out. Or you know what? Next time I chat to Saeed, I'll ask him. I'm there tomorrow. Well, today. Well, I'll be there. I'll be there today. So we'll find. Saeed said some of these youth players are just overhyped and not that good. I agree with that. Musa and Nuruddin and others argued about Rashford's development being ruined, which they did. What comment of yours was removed? What comment was removed? What comment? None of your comments were removed. Oh, yeah, of course, man. You got 3 of the best over there. Of course, it's a great show. Well, none of your comments was removed, Godfrey. Unless you're talking about on Saeed's channel. We're at 63 likes, man. Girls up to 70 likes, people. I'm closing out in 5. Closing out in 5 minutes as well. And we hit 15,315. Congrats. But you know what? 5 more subscribers, people. 5 more subscribers. Get us up to 15,320. So I need 15,320. I don't see it. It wasn't removed. I'm looking there. I've got the YouTube studio up. It wasn't removed. You tripping? No. So yeah, I'm lost, Godfrey. I'm lost. There was no comment. But yeah, Raya again. Yeah, it went through your head, mate. Yeah, it didn't go through. No one would block a comment. Hey, big up Canal says big up on 15K, loving the Clips channel as well. Make sure you subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV Clips channel also, people. Let me actually add that in the title still. Let me actually add that. Subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV Clips channel and subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV gaming channel as well. Much more active on the gaming channel now. We're back up and running on there. And then the Clips channel we're dropping clips. And once the season starts back, there'll be so much more. So much more on there. So yeah, make sure you do that. Yeah, that's true. I heard the argument that Nuruddin and Danny was making about some youth players doesn't seem to have a clear development plan and seem to be played anywhere instead of their proper position. That's true. True to an extent. I love to know the basis of where it's from, but yeah. Oh yeah, people are the people in that comments, a couple of them comments in there. So there's a clip from back again. And Mods asked and said, what's it called? Said, what was it? I've lost my train of thought now. I just got just a crazy ass message. That Steve just sent me. What was it? 200K a week. Yeah. Would you play for your rivals for 200K a week? And people were saying no. People were saying no. Someone said, yeah, I knew it. Flawless isn't a real Manchester United fan. Because I said I'd play for Liverpool for 200K a week. I've got me to look after and I got a family to look after. Someone pays me 200K a week to play football. Yes. Making me a millionaire. Yes. Of course, for Godfrey, for 200K a week, I'm playing for Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Leeds, City, whoever. What are we talking about here? My preference, Manchester United, yeah? Someone in the chat trying to tell me I wouldn't play for them for $1 billion, £1 billion a week. All right, well, you're just not very bright then. You know, that's all I can say. I'll call it saying people just make dumb decisions, but that's just dumb. 200K a week. All right. What are we talking about here? 200K a week to play football. Yeah. Right, what are we doing? Thing is, Jerome says, best believe Liverpool won't put you on pens against United. I ain't a good penalty taker anyway, so don't put me on pens. Don't put me on pens. There's no way I should be on pens. There's a shootout. Take me off. I'm not a good penalty taker. I'm not a good penalty taker. I'm not going to lie to you, look. Flawless, I swear people don't realize so many footballers played for their childhood rivals. Exactly. Some of the players you love grew up fans of. I swear Raheem Sterling, a United fan. I swear Raheem Sterling grew up a Manchester United fan, for example. I think De Bruyne was Liverpool. Literally. Sterling was a United fan, played for Liverpool and Manchester City. And Arsenal. Cole Palmer's a Manchester United fan, plays for Chelsea. See, Trent, Everton. I didn't know that Morgan Rogers grew up for West Brom, now plays for Villa. What are we doing here? Van Dijk and Saliba were United fans. Kane's an Arsenal fan. But most of them players, all them players you might have just mentioned, balled out for their said clubs. Yeah, Carragher's Everton, Liverpool legend. John Terry, Manchester United fan, yes. Because people going to tell me. He slips, you know what I'm saying? He's a United fan and not a City legend. Not a City legend, but one of City's greats. Whatever you need to say. The point is I'm making, he delivered high honors for Manchester City. How many Prems he got there? You know, like City's second all-time Premier League goal scorer or some shit like that. The point is I'm making is back to the Clips channel conversation, which I'm actually going to put out again and be like, have the discussion online because it's ridiculous. I've never heard so much foolishness in my entire life. Absolutely idiotic. Sancho a Chelsea fan. See him play for Manchester United. What are we doing here? See him, I said, what? I would kiss the badge, knee slide, and do all that after match interviews with Sky ESPN for $200K a week. By making me a millionaire. Making me a millionaire. Michael Owen's a Liverpool fan and he played for United. See, you lot get the point. You get people telling me, you ain't a true Manchester United fan. People waiting to say that about me. See what happens, man. That's why, again, people, when the truth don't work, people just start telling lies, yo. These men still make jokes about it. I remember when someone told me I'm not from Manchester. That was the craziest part. Someone added me on Twitter and said, I'm only backing Jadon Sancho over Ten Hag is because I'm from South London. Say, all right. Okay. People just say anything. Hey, Si, ask you a question again and I'm going to close out. You can disagree with me all you want. Like, I'm cool with that, but let's just stick to football, man. And I had so much nonsense in my life. Flawless, you think if circumstances are different at United, would these players get more time? In what sense would you mean? Like, what circumstances are different? What are the different circumstances? Elaborate and I'll answer. Exactly. Ted says, pay me $20K a week on back flipping. It's like people don't realize where we're from. Yeah, we ain't poor and broke and we get by, but yo, trying to retire my family. Family members are like, trying to retire family. You know what I'm saying? Mom, dad. I like all my brothers and sisters. Most of my cousins I like. And that's it. Nieces and nephews and them out. Right. Got them to look after. Trying to put them on so they stress-free. And put on for the generation, but set it up so the generation below me is set up. Then I'm good. $20K a week or $200K a week can do that. Can build something that's here long after I've gone. Any cases, Flores, you think United will ever be good? Because I don't think we're ever coming back. I'll be real. No, United will be good again. When? I don't know, but football goes in cycles. Manchester United have been in worse states. Manchester United have gone longer periods without the Premier League, without a Premier League title in our history. We've gone longer periods without Champions League, European Cup in our history. We've had worse periods. This is football goes in cycles. This is just ours. Every team has had a long period of time, or periods, I should say, without. Liverpool went 30 plus years without a league title. City went, what was it? 50, 60 years. Chelsea went 50 years. Arsenal are currently at 20 years and still haven't won the Champions League. Who else? Who I not mentioned? Spurs went on a 17-year drought. Yeah, it's how Liverpool. If you would have said this to Liverpool fan, is this forever? Like, nah, all it takes is right managerial appointment and 3-4 right windows and you're right there, which can happen. Yeah, Arsenal 21 years. You're right. You're right. Arsenal is 21 years. My bad. We got to do things correctly on Sarcasm City TV, man. We got to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. With Arsenal, it's actually 4 years. You gotta say it right. 4 years, 352 days, 6 hours, 31 minutes, and 25 seconds since they last won a trophy. Just to clarify. Like in regards to trophy overall. Just that. Yeah, the Glazers do stink, but we've been successful under them before. Two things. One, we've been successful under them before. And number two, I don't think they'll be here forever. So that's why I answer your question. And big on my G Lewis in the cut as well, man. Shout out to Lewis. Says smash the likes for my G. Love family every single time, man. Every single time. Big up family. Hope you're enjoying the 1 week anniversary of the coronation of your world champions. This is your world champions. This is, you know, like when people say it's your manager or your play. You lot ain't my world champions. You know what I'm saying? I've done left this planet a long time ago. I'm just physically here. World champions. These fucking guys, yo, PSG, man. These fucking PSG guys. Exactly. United ain't the only team with poor ownership. And we've been successful under them again. Granted, we had 2 GOATs in Fergie and David Gill and what they did, but you can be successful. So forever. Yeah. Will we get back to the top? Yes. When? I don't know. Is there any time in the next year? 2? No. But all it takes is 2-3 good windows and then you're right back there. Which is granted, we actually had a good window. The last window was good. This window, we'll see. That's where I'm at with it. This window, we'll see what's what. But so far, so good in the transfer window in terms of incomings. It's been slower than we would have liked, slower than I would have liked. But 20th of July, we need to sign someone before this month's out. We need to sign someone else, before the month's out. Can't be the 1st of August and the season's, 15, 16 days away or whenever we start. And it's 2 signings. Nah. Need to go that's why you need to get some of these players out. It's crazy. Godfrey's Arsenal, don't he? He's one of you lot, I think. Yeah, he is because he's talking about Jokeris. Flawless, all we need now is a striker and 2 midfielders because when I watch today, our midfield absolutely stinks. And we knew this. That's it. We knew our midfield stink. All right. But yo, we move. Bro did not see Bruno and came out complaining. Bro did not sell Bruno and came out complaining about same midfield. He could have had a revamp. Ding, ding, ding. That is it. Ding, ding, ding. That is it. The favorite football TV. That is it. The cheek of this man. The bare-faced, absolute cheek. You're just deliberately trying to piss me off now. I feel like it was personal. I think you just deliberately trying to piss me off. I can't take I think you deliberately you said it to. I feel like you said it to me directly, knowing you didn't say it to me directly, but you knew I would get the message. I think you're just taking a piss now. I think you're genuinely taking the living piss. After you kept this guy and then complained. Yeah. So I'm trying to bite my tongue so it stays I don't get cancelled and it stays within the footballing side of things. Because some things you deserve to be cursed out for, and that's one of them. You deserve to be cursed out rotten from now till you leave for the next 2 years. No, just the entire season, just for that comment alone. You deserve to get cursed out for that comment because Favorite Football just put it I forgot. Obviously, I mentioned this earlier, and then the way he's wrote it as well, it just makes it even clearer. The cheek of the comment to say the absolute how dare you, yo? I'm smiling so I don't just start cursing this man out and I just start sounding raw mank, yo. You are taking the fucking piss. Absolute liberties, yo. Yo, Favorite Football, stop, man. Yo, I'm starting to I can feel myself bubbling again, angry like a thermometer. That shit goes up, yo. Oh Lord, yo, I am livid at that comment. This is the Onana shit with Newcastle again. Absolutely livid. This is beyond gaslighting. The comment. This is beyond gaslighting. This is beyond. What makes it worse is it's preseason game 1, yo. And it's never been that obvious and so close. Like with gaslighting, there's gotta be things to argue, and it's like, oh no, wait, you chose one of these guys to stay, and now we're gonna. All right, let me go, yo. Good job, I was raised right, you know. You know what I'm saying? Day 1 preseason coming, you know. Game 1, day 1 of preseason, not game 5 of preseason, not 5 games into the Premier League. He said this literally game 1 of preseason against the side that have just come up from the championship. And you say this side lacks pace, especially in the midfield. That's what makes it worse. If you would have said it lacked pace, it wouldn't have been so bad. Especially. Yo, give me strength, man. Give me strength. Give me guidance. Serenity prayer. You know what I'm saying? That's what I live my life by, man. The serenity prayer. And let me just stick to that. Just woosah, yo. Just woosah. You know what I'm saying? Bad boys. You know what I'm saying? Martin Lawrence, you don't know the vibe. Yo. Oh, yo. It's beyond. It's King. I'm running out of words to describe it, yo. That's why I couldn't be a journalist. How United fan of says that. Like, we having an argument right there and then. What I'm saying? Like, we having it, yo. Like. All right, final few questions, people. Yeah, if it was flawless stuff, because this is YouTube. If it was playback, I probably would have said everything I wanted to say. I ain't gonna lie. Get over to the playback, people. Make sure you follow the playback. It's an app you download for absolutely free. Let me repeat that. An app you download for absolutely free. You sign up for free. www.playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV, or just download the app for your app store. Create an account. Type in Sarcasm City TV. Follow us on there. Make sure you subscribe to the Clips channel, Sarcasm City TV Clips. Links in the title. Sarcasm City TV Gaming. I've not added the link underneath in the description. However, it is on the featured channel page. So subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV Clips YouTube. Subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV Gaming YouTube channel as well. Follow the playback. And another thing, Spotify people, make sure, because I know you lot have Spotify, because at the end of the year, I see enough Spotify wrap-ups all across my socials. If you use Spotify right now, type in Sarcasm City TV, follow us and 5-star us, because you get all the shows on the YouTube channel, apart from watch-alongs, fan calling shows, and gaming content, audio only. So if you don't want YouTube using up all your data, maybe you're driving, maybe you're cleaning, maybe you're walking, maybe you're at the gym, maybe you're going for a jog, whatever, but don't lift no weights. You know what I'm saying? Because we might make you laugh and we don't want you injuring yourself and dropping weight on yourself. But yeah, Spotify people. Same with iTunes, Apple Podcast. All you iPhone users, go to iTunes, Apple Podcast, type in Sarcasm City TV and 5-star us. It helps. As much as you lot support the YouTube, I need you lot to support the audio platforms, which you lot do, to be honest, as well. I appreciate it. See, sometimes David Football says I hit those Sarcasm City on Spotify. That's it. Because maybe some prefer just to listen audio only as well. So that's it. We're going to close out. I think that joke, man. Steve's still live, people. We back live tomorrow. You'll get a Q&A, Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. So we'll be talking more Rashford, Ekatike, any other news that breaks. And then on the United Liverpool show, more in depth, we'll be talking about the Ekatike move with Beijing Reds TV, United Liverpool podcast, people. All right. Well, shit. Steve not live. Wait. What is going on? Let me refresh this. How about I refresh this? Sounds off. Don't lie. Hey, big up Gav, man. Shout out to my guy Gav every single time. Hope you're blessed, Gav. Says big up Flawless, putting in some serious work. Smash the likes, people. Big up, appreciate you. Know, make sure you subscribe to Gav Goes In as well. Hey, King, that one was bad enough, but the one today is... And he said something about suffering as well. I thought the suffering was supposed to be over. I thought pre-season and new players was bringing a new dawn. Yeah, long season, man. If we don't bring in some more players, long fucking season. I'm telling you like that much. All right. Let's see who's live. Just checking. Yeah, I thought Steve was live. All right, I'm gonna send you lot over to this joke, man, Steve. So put Sarcasm City TV raid in his chat, people. It's been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. And big up to Canas's, big up 24/7 content, one of the best. Appreciate the kind words, man. Appreciate the kind words. Big up, salute to all of you lot.